Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here, and if you're not new, you're the best for coming back. Thank you. Another day, another ColourPop release. And while we all love our ColourPop releases, I think it's safe to say they're not all the same. Sometimes the quality is a little bit different depending on what you get. Now, my last two ColourPop reviews, we talked about the Aurora Strut collection and the Winx Club collab, and those were both really great releases. And I was actually kind of thrilled by how great they were and how much I enjoyed them. And with those two releases, I picked a couple items from the collection. I didn't end up picking the entire collections because I thought, who needs them, right? Who needs that many products? So I don't know what happened, but I may have been drinking some wine and decided that I needed the entire Valentine's Day collection this year from ColourPop. Now, the Flirty Talk collection, it's cute. It's a cute collection, and we're going to talk about my thoughts. We're going to do this look together, and we're going to talk about if you need it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I can safely say you probably don't need all of it because this collection is massive. Now, really quickly before we get into the look and my final thoughts, let's give you a little preview into what you'd get if you picked up this whole collection. First off, you would get the palette, which is a typical Valentine's Day palette in that it is pink and red. It's pretty though. It's a pretty palette, but it is pink and red. Also in this collection, you get not one, not two, but 4 blushes. They're in the cute heart-shaped packaging. And I had a real hard time when I was trying to narrow down my order. Thus, the entire collection ended up in my cart. But there were 4 blushes. And then you didn't get 1 or even 3 highlighters. There were 5. There were 5 highlighters in this collection. Again, I had a lot of trouble when I was narrowing down my order. Thus, the entire collection ended up in my cart. You also get a couple products from Fourth Ray Beauty, which is ColourPop's sister brand. And you get a lip balm and a lip scrub. You also get 3 glowing lip products, 2 heart stamps, which are pretty cute if I do say so myself. And you get a little keychain, and it says, "Talk flirty to me." Kind of cute. So we're gonna go over this entire collection. I'm gonna link it below. I know some of it is sold out at the moment, and I don't know if ColourPop is planning on restocking, which is kind of crazy. That sold out really fast, but I'll link it below just in case it comes back into stock. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's do some swatches. My arm is kind of a mess. I have scratches all over it. Between the dogs and the cats, I feel like I'm always covered in scratches, but that's not going to stop us from swatching this palette. I don't know, how do we want to do this? I think let's start up here and just go down and go through the rows. So let's start with On Your Mind. I'm going to say this is not, doesn't feel as nice as some other ColourPop palettes. That one felt a little chalky. Okay, Head Over Heels. Okay, we're not getting, I knew these were going to be light. I'm pale, so sometimes they don't show up great on my skin. That one's better. This is Your Fave. And we got Little Red Dress. You always need a good red in a Valentine's Day palette. Then we have Be Mine. Cuddle Up. And Be Mine is that jelly shadow that we're seeing a lot more of in their palettes. It's very interesting. Blushin'. You Up. Oh. Come on. There we go. Ooh, Just My Type is a super shock. Love that formula. Okay, come on, guy. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Oh, much better. Okay, talk to me. Miss me yet? And heart emoji. Okay, that one doesn't want to swipe very well. It's partly because I'm using my pinky. My pinky, not a good pinky to swatch with. But that's okay. We're gonna put these on our eyes, well, my eye, and see how they do. So that is the whole palette. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and primed my eyes with my Gimme Glow primer in the color Parchment, one of my faves, and we're gonna get into this. Now I am going to do just one look today instead of doing a different look for each eye because I actually have a date with my husband tonight. So I don't want to have to redo my makeup. So fingers crossed this goes well. Okay. I am a little worried about Head Over Heels. I think that color is just going to be too light on my skin. So we're going to go into Talk to Me, and I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my upper lid. And this looks like it's a sequin shadow. We have talked about these shadows before. ColourPop stopped making them. They're terrible. They're terrible. And the thing is, normally the color is really, really nice. They have it really well pigmented. It's really nice color, but the shimmer in it just falls out. For some reason, it's just not soft enough, or I want to say the word moist. I don't know if people still care about that word. I remember when I was growing up, people were like, that's the grossest word ever. I'm like, I don't understand. But it just feels like maybe the formula is a bit too dry to really keep the shimmer in it. Like even with this color, I actually really like how this color is performing, but you can't see any of the shimmers in it. Like, the shimmers are gone. As soon as you start blending it out, these shimmers are like, bye. So yeah, so it's kind of like you're getting a matte anyways. Now with the sequin formula, it's almost like they make a matte and then they're like, this is done, but it needs something else. And they like fold shimmer into it. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. Do you like that formula? Let me know. It's a little patchy, actually. Oh, no, that was just my eye. My eye and its little wrinkles. Okay, so again, I did like how that color performed on my eye. I like the actual color itself, but it's not a shimmer. It comes off as more of a matte. So just keep that in mind if you are interested in it. Okay, so we need to try out some of these darker colors, and I am a little scared. We're gonna go in and Miss Me Yet. I'm gonna put that in the outer edge of my eye. And I always say, you can't really trust how a palette performs just by swatches. But I am familiar enough with ColourPop. I have so many of their palettes to be able to kind of identify when things are not gonna go my way. And yeah, they've had 2 collections that have just absolutely killed it. Their Aurora Stuck collection was absolutely gorgeous. And their, what was it called? Winx Club. Yeah, Winx Club. Okay, their Winx Club collection also, I was a little bit shocked at how much I enjoyed it because I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a great palette, great light sticks. You know I love those light sticks. Try to compete with those, ColourPop. You've come out with a real winner. Okay, this color is laying down pretty well. Better than I expected. The reds had me a little bit worried. I am gonna go into heart emoji, and then I'm going to just kind of deepen the very edge of the outer color. It's not a whole lot darker though. And I think that's the darkest color. I think that's always a potential issue when you're doing a more monotone colored palette. You know, this is, I mean, there's two whites in there to be fair, but it's pink and red, right? Which it's a Valentine's Day palette. That totally makes sense. But you just run into the issue where the colors kind of just don't stand out enough from each other. You're just getting the same look regardless of what colors you use. So it's always an issue if you do have a more monotonous palette. I'm gonna just kind of go in with a big fluffer, fluff this out a bit so the line isn't so sharp. Okay, you know, surprise, I actually do really like that color, Miss Me Yet. I think that's actually a really pretty red. Next, let's go into some more pink. I'm gonna go into Cuddle Up. I'm gonna put that in my inner eye, inner lid. Oh my gosh, inner lid. And this is a good shimmer. I mean, ColourPop knows their stuff. It's really interesting. Sometimes you'll get these collections that are just so well put together. Again, the Aurora Stuck collection, or Struck, what was it? I think it's Struck. I think I keep reading Stuck, but I think it's Aurora Struck. That was good. And the Winx Club, just very comprehensive, well-fitting collections where everything made sense. You didn't feel like you were getting duplicates of anything. They were just good collections. Like, it's always exciting to see stuff like that. I'm also gonna go ahead and put Cuddle Up down here. And maybe I'll go back into Miss Me Yet and drag it a little bit down here. So I just talked about how much I like it. And well, you know, for Valentine's Day, one can make the argument like, oh, there's not that much you can do, but I don't think that's true. I think you don't have to stick with red and pink and white. I mean, those are the classic colors, but I don't know. I don't think you have to sell your soul to them, right? Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of their like jelly-ish shadows that they have in here now, which is weird because I like their Jelly Pop formula quite a bit in the like single pans. This one is just, it's very sticky. It's very sticky, but I'm gonna go into Be Mine. And you know, in the past, I don't think I've picked enough up, but you have to be careful when you're picking a lot up because as you can see, I can get a lot on my finger, but I'm a little worried about fallout. So you just gotta go in careful. And I'm just kind of patting it on. And I feel like it's a little bit of a harder formula to work with. It's not a bad formula. I do think the end result is always pretty striking if you use enough of it. You kind of have to dig in, get a little bit of a scoop. But like, I actually think that's really nice. I actually really like that look. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. And this is actually really all I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to do anything too crazy. Yet another day where I don't use the Super Shock, which is the one I'm most excited about. Let's maybe put some in the inner corner, right? So Just My Type is the Super Shock. It's their super creamy formula that you just want to stick your fingers in, or maybe that's just me. It's just you. It's so soft. And it's got like a pink reflect to it. It's very pretty, but it's kind of similar to the one we were just talking about. You have to pick quite a bit up with your brush. to really get it to perform well. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, because again, I want to do a matching look today, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the other eye and then we'll be right back. Okay, eyes are done and I am pleasantly surprised with what we ended up with. I went ahead and I put on some eyeliner, some mascara. I ended up doing white liner in my waterline, which is something I don't normally do, but kind of thought that fit a little bit better. We're now gonna move on to blushes. I'm gonna go ahead and insert the swatches here, and then we're gonna pick one, put it on my face. I am a little concerned on, based on the swatches that I did for these, because you can't even see the first one really. This is the first color, this is Sweetheart. Then we have Cupid's Bow, which is right here. Again, like I am a very, very pale person and these are not really showing up. Like in person, on camera, they're very light. Cupid's Bow is better. It's this pretty, a little bit purpley, a little bit. You can't tell, not really. But these two, I don't know. Maybe it's just the swatches, right? I always say you can't always trust swatches. The other two, Hot to Touch and Woo Me, are a lot better, but I still, this is me going over them like 3-4 times with my finger. So we're gonna see how they perform on the face. But this was a little bit disappointing, I will say. So yeah, those were the swatches of the blushes, and I'm still a little concerned about how they're gonna look on my face. Now, I want a cohesive look. This is my date sweater, so this is the sweater I will be wearing. So I think, I don't know, I'm a little worried. I am. I don't know how well any of these are actually gonna show up on my cheeks. But let's do Hot to Touch. Hot to Touch is the bright pink one. So I'm going to go ahead and I have a big fluffy brush. I'm going to go ahead, I'm just getting it all over. And let's see. Oh. Well, that one did go on very bright pink. Oh, phew. Okay, I'm glad, because honestly, those swatches were a bit rough. Granted, the swatches for this one they were better, but the first two, I don't even know. Those might be good work blushes for me, potentially, because I tend not to like to wear a lot of blush at work. I kind of normally go in with some bronzer, sometimes highlighter if I'm feeling spicy. Sometimes if I don't have time, I put on foundation and I run out the door. Okay, what do we think? It's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Okay, we've got blush on. Now let's do highlighter. Now I'm happy to report the highlighter swatched a lot better than the blushes did. So there's still hope in this collection. But first we have Making Memories, which is definitely more of a silvery highlighter. You're Glowing, which is more of a gold. Then we have a more lilac one, which is In My Feelings, which may be my favorite, but we don't know. The last two are Love Struck, which is a pale icy pink. And then last but not least, we have Heart of Gold, which is more of a peachy, pinky highlighter. So these are pretty. Would I have preferred something in the Super Shock formula? Yes. But these might be amazing. Let's find out. Ooh, this is hard because there was quite a few good ones, but I am definitely feeling, I think it was this one. Yeah, You're Glowing. I wanted something that was a little more goldy. So let's go ahead, put this one on. Oh, that's going on really nice too. Oh, good. I always say you can't trust swatches because they really don't give a great picture as to how the product performs. Your arm is a much different texture than your face. Mine is, at least. And yours probably is too. You probably take better care of your face than you do your arms. I know. My goal last year, especially when I didn't have a job, was to always apply lotion at the end of the night because I just really liked, you know, how I felt when I woke up. And did I do that? I did not. Sometimes you just want to go to sleep. Okay. I am happier with that than I thought I would be. Next, let's move on. There's 3 lip products, and these are the glowing lip. So let's take a look. I don't know what these are. Oh, they're cute. Okay. So let's see. We have it in Red Hot. I should have opened these already. Tickled Pink, which is definitely just a pink. Last one is Candy Kisses, which is a little more of a neutral pink. And you know what? This is a Valentine's Day collection, so we are gonna go ahead and we are gonna go in with Tickled Pink. We're gonna make it pink. This feels like a pink from the 80s, but I like it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, that's a fun pink. It's not too pale. Sometimes pinks will just look way too pale on me and then it looks like I don't have lips. You know, it's a problem. A couple other things that came in this collection. There was a lip scrub and a lip balm duo. And I'm actually excited because I do exfoliate my lips quite a bit. We've talked about how dry they are, so I need a good exfoliator. So this looks like this is the lip balm. Nope, this is the lip scrub. Doesn't look very scrubby. We're gonna have to try that one out at a different time. And then this is the lip balm. So excited to try those. There's also a couple more things that came in this collection. We have QT marks. So we have them in Pink Heart and Red Heart. I feel like one could make the argument that you don't need these. And you don't, but they're fun. Okay, so literally one is a red heart and one is a pink heart. And I can never do these well though. I feel like I always smear them. It's kind of on the back of, oh, that's actually not bad. Okay. Maybe let's do one. Okay, that's kind of cute, right? Let's do one on the other side. Let's match. Oh, make sure I'm doing this right side up. Oh! Oh my god! That's kind of cute. Maybe let's add a pink one. If we're doing it, right? Cute! Oh my god, these are going on so well. Oh, that didn't. Okay. That one did not. There we go. That's better. Okay. This is actually kind of a fun Valentine's Day look. Okay, let's go into my final thoughts on this collection. So what are my final thoughts on the Flirty Talk Valentine's Day collection from ColourPop? Well, I can safely say you don't need everything. There is a lot in this collection. They definitely pulled out all the strings when they put this out, and I think that was unnecessary. I think if they had limited their blushes and the highlighters to just a couple, one or maybe even 3, that would have been better. And I think having a darker option in the blush, a much darker color, would have meant that this collection reached a wider audience. I was actually pretty surprised by the palette. You know, when I swatched it, I was like, oh, this is not gonna go well. But the colors performed a lot better than I gave them credit for. Again, I always tell myself not to trust swatches, trust the product. And this is an example as to why I tell myself this. Now, I really liked Miss Me Yet. I thought this red was really pretty. And the Be Mine Jellyish shadow, I was really impressed with how it performed. It's very, very pretty. You do have to pick up quite a bit of product to really get the full effect. But when you do, it's really, really pretty. So weirdly surprised by that. Texture weirds me out. It's a weird texture, but I like how it performs as a color. Of course, they have to stick in a sequin shadow, and again, I will say I liked the color, but the shimmer falls out. It's basically a matte. I don't know why they make it, but they continue to make them and put them in their palettes. There was some fallout. It was pretty minimal. I did make sure that I was shaking off my brush every time I used it because I could see there was some kick up in the pan. And I knew that some of those shadows just looked like they wanted to get all over my face. So just be sure you're shaking out your brush before applying things, and the fallout's not too bad. So I was impressed by this. I think we know the blushes. Again, this is just a first impression, so I really do need to use the two lightest to see how they work. I was actually really happy with Hot to Touch. I thought that it appeared really well on my skin, and it was pretty. Is it as bright as it looks in the pan? Maybe not as bright. I think that's probably a little debatable, but I am excited to try the other two to see how they look, because I get the feeling that Sweetheart in all its very light pink glory is not going to show up even on my fair skin. So it'll be interesting to try this one out and work with it. I didn't want to use it on camera because I'm going out on a date and I wanted to look good. I'm probably going to take the stamps off, but I actually do like the stamps. Should we talk about the stamps? No, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the highlighters. The highlighters, there's 5 of them. Did I need to pick up all 5? No. They do like that they were in a variety of color. I like there was a silver one, there was a gold one, there was a pink one, there was a peach one, there was a more pinky one. No, there's a lavender one. I've already forgotten. Maybe that's a good sign. And I really liked they had such a variety. No, you don't need all of them. I did not need all of them. Nobody needs all of them. But I do think the highlighters are fun. I would suggest instead of getting a couple of the blushes, maybe get one of the blushes if you really want to try it, and a couple of the highlighters, because the highlighters I feel like were more of a win. The glowing lip product, I was actually surprised. I do think this is a little bit of an old-fashioned pink, but I like it. This is definitely a baby doll pink, and I think that's what the color is. Oh, it's tickled pink. It should have been baby doll pink. That's okay. They'll fix it next time. But it feels really nice on the lips. It's not drying at all. It gives good color. So overall, yeah, I do like these. I'm excited to use the red one. I'm in my red phase. So maybe I'll pull this one out for Valentine's Day. I haven't tried the Fourth Ray beauty products that were included. So it's the Cherry Lip Scrub and the Cherry Lip Balm. But I will be trying these. The lip scrub didn't look scrubby enough for me. I like an extra scrubby scrub, but I need to try it before I have any opinion on it. And last but certainly not least, we have the little heart stamps, which are adorable and actually work really, really well. I actually got a heart. Normally I get like a blob, but it's a heart. So these are cute. Are they ridiculous? Yes. Am I gonna use them more than a handful of times? Probably not. But I think these were a cute addition to the collection. Look, it's a Valentine's Day collection. It makes sense to throw in something fun like this. ColourPop has come out with some amazing collections. And while I don't think this one was quite as good as Aurora Struck or the Winx Club collection, it's not bad. It's not a fail. There's just a couple things that I didn't think were up to ColourPop par. Because ColourPop, when they do good, they do real good. The blushes, I just need to work with them more. I need to see if those first 2 colors are duds or if maybe they will work. Who knows? We don't know. We haven't actually put them on my face yet, right? So we need to work more with those. Well, I'm glad that I picked up this whole collection so I could show you how it performed on camera. I will say this just reiterates the fact that I don't need entire collections from ColourPop. I think just picking 1 or 2 items and I'll be good. Though I will say what I like about having this whole collection is I probably wouldn't have picked up the lip products, and these I'm actually really impressed by. So I'm glad that I have these. I'm almost glad that I picked up the whole collection so that I could have these and the stamps because they're cute. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear your opinion down below on what you thought of this collection. Did you pick it up? Did you pick up pieces of it? What do you think? I'd love to hear. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!